Hello and welcome to Chasing the Finish podcast. My name is Mike and welcome to episode 16. We are live. I did just have to tell myself that in the head because no mess ups tonight, Mike. It's all one take, as it usually is, to be fair. As always, joined by Jake and Ben, and we're going to be talking to you tonight about, we've got Jake's trip to Stratford for the first ever time. I completed a half marathon. Ben was meant to complete a half marathon. So we've got a lot to cover. But let's go to the two best co-hosts in the industry. Let's come to you first, Ben. Let's come to you. How are things with yourself, mate? Are you all good?
Nah, I'm cooked, as the kids would say.
Come on.
That's in the right context. I don't know. But I slept funny on my neck last night. So I've got every time I move one way, I can feel it down my spine. You know what I mean? You ever had that or?
Yeah. I haven't done my 5 years medical training, so don't take
it
this.
It seems to be happening a lot at the minute. I don't know why. But yeah, man, proper killer. But apart from that, I'm all right. Yeah, bit uncomfortable, should we say?
No, good. Jake, how are things with yourself? You all good?
Yeah, nothing new. Sound. Just plodding along as per usual, mate.
Thanks for watching episode 16 of the
I don't know what to ever say in these situations because my day, week by week, is more or less the same every week.
Boring.
Well, we are house looking, if that's helpful. House hunting.
There you go. There's something to talk about.
Just because it's not running related.
No more. Yeah, so currently house hunting. Yeah.
Good stuff.
I won't bore you to death, Mike.
What are you going to watch, Ben?
What? No, just when you're getting a haircut.
Oh, mate, it needs to go, man.
You going out or what? What's going on here?
Nah, it's going tomorrow, maybe.
Because I looked back at one of the earlier pods.
Honestly, it's a bit.
Yeah, your hair was so short. I was like, "Who is that?" And now I see you now. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah, it's and it's going back to where I was in school, man. Like I just look like an invalid.
That's rough. What? See, I go every 2 weeks. Do you know what I mean? Religiously.
Money bags.
Come on.
It's not cheap, man. How much do you pay for a haircut?
That's why I don't go. I can't afford it.
You know, when I first went, because obviously you two remember me, I had long hair. When I first got that off, I think it was only just over a tenner, I think it was. But now I pay 20. It's gone up in the last 2 or 3 years? 3, 4 years?
Crafters, isn't it?
Insane. I think it's like £20.50. Do you know what I mean?
Do you Turkish barber it or?
No, I don't. Go to Average Joe's on the Cove Road if anyone's interested. Good lad, does a great cut. But yeah.
Sorry if you can hear that in the background. My cat is scratching the absolute hell out of my new chair, which I picked up for my man cave / podcasting room, which I am now in. I'm proud to say I'm in. If you're watching on YouTube, ignore this in the background because that is a half-finished desk that I have attempted from IKEA, but I haven't got around to doing it yet. But I do have a fancy new office chair, so if you see me sort of rocking about, swaying from side to side, I'm just getting comfort of the chair. We're joined by Daddy Dom. I'm not sure if we know you, so if we do, please do let us know who you are. If we don't, good evening, Dom. Hope you're well. Jake, let's stick with you. Actually, you said you don't really know what to say on these, but let's keep procedure off because last Saturday, which by the way feels like an eternity ago, I do not know why. Maybe because we tend to record a bit earlier than Thursday. And again, I'll hold my hands up. That is my fault. I had internet installed in the new house today, so that was the only day we could do. You went to Stratford Upon Avon, which is one of my favourite, if not the favourite, parkrun course there is, mainly because it is no incline whatsoever, not even the tiniest bit. It is a free lapper though, and it can get a bit tedious. How did you find it? Because you had to battle Storm Amy as well. So I imagine on one hand you were maybe buzzing that the course was nice and sort of easy. But on the other hand, you have to deal with the weather.
To be fair, I'll be honest. When I woke up in the morning, I was hoping it was getting cooled off. I had no motivation to run. But like in the other end, I was like, I need to get the runs in because of this. Obviously, the prostate cancer. So I was like, yeah, got up, got my big boy pants on, and done it. It's all right. It was cold. It took. I can understand where Steven's come from. It took forever to get going. Over we started at about 9:10. They're just there waffling.
Oh, with the first timer's brief or what?
Yeah,
the
first timer's brief. He was taught. He could talk probably more than you, Mike.
Well, Mike's his biggest fan.
I don't think it's the same guy. Sorry, I'm trying to get myself off mute then. I don't think it was the same guy. This other guy, the funniest ever first time brief I have encountered.
There you go.
You had it. There we go. It was just very enthusiastic. It made everyone jump and say this is the highest, most elevation you'll get. Didn't jump. I should have. It was freezing. It was all right. I didn't mind it. It was nice, but I moan about the 2 laps because I'm like, I've done 1 lap and I've got to do it again. But then it was all right. I thought Chris done really well, given the fact that his foot's battered. I don't know. I feel like I probably could get a PB on it, but I just didn't. I got like 34 minutes. It was an all right. It's all right, yeah.
No, it's just another one, isn't it? It's just one of them. Do you know what I mean? Well, I think the thing is, we're planning on, spoiler, we're planning on going back next week, aren't we? Well, this week coming. So I don't think we've done that before, a little back-to-back. Do you know what, Mike? It'd be nice if you could get involved instead of just eating fingers all night.
I know that I host it, but I always get conscious that people are telling everyone, yeah, it's a good podcast, but Mike needs to rein it in a little bit. Sometimes you do have a bit of a head time.
I know, but it is distracting when you sat there pretending to smoke chocolate fingers when I'm trying to think about what I can say.
You are literally taking charge of the podcast without even talking.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful I'm coming. I'm just I've got to see because I think we got a viewing Saturday. It's just if I can get back or if I come with Chris or whatnot. So I'm hopeful. If I can't, and I might do Bruton again. I'm not rushing to do Bruton. I didn't like Bruton, but I'm hopeful. Dude, it was busy at Stratford.
Oh yeah, Stratford's a big one. Yeah, without a doubt.
But
how did you find the course itself? Because I know, obviously, I always say how easy it is in the regards of you don't have to battle any hills, not even downhill. But not only that, but the fact that it's a 3-lapper. Because me and Ben have sort of voiced our opinion on 3-lap courses before. But for me, I think it's that second time round when you're coming round to where the Ferris wheel is by the car park. That's when it's, to me, I'm like, oh my God, I've still got another lap. And obviously it's one of them courses where you have to pass the people that have already finished. So for me, that can sort of not do my motivation very well, to be honest. But how did you feel in that regard as well? Yeah,
well, obviously you pair have done it, and going back onto what you've just said there, you do 2 laps and you're like, usually you're done after 2 laps. I think it hit the 2nd lap and I was just like, I know this is my final one now. So in my head, I'm just like, if I can just nail it and it's done then. But like I got all the way past the embankment, you know, the calf on the corner. I was like, right, I'm going to just do it now until the end. And I just forgot how long it was until the car park and then back round. I was absolutely knackered. I stopped, walked to catch my breath and then just went again and just got it finished. But I think for someone who wants to do that as a first time, I think that's a good first timer. If you've never done any park runs or you've only ever done like you stick to what where like say someone sticks to like Bruton, it's good to just do that one because it's like you said, it's flat, it's easy. It's just it's a shame you get to your second and you're like, I've got to do it again.
And I know obviously Ben's just said we might be going back this weekend, and I'll tell the listeners why in a second. But is that one of the courses that you're thinking, right, well, if I can get back there where the weather's not as bad as it was and maybe your mindset's a little bit different, is that a course you could see yourself getting another PB on?
Yeah, definitely. I think that I was saying earlier in the week, like when I went out Tuesday and I'd done like 6K, struggling with my ankle again after doing that, after the 15K when I rolled it. I just feel like I'm going to have consistent issues. If it's not my ankle, it's my shins. And if it's not my shins, it's my knees. But I do think if you do it in like, maybe not the summer, but like when it's not windy, when it's just flat, when you'd fly around that course.
Sorry.
No, that was it. Yeah.
No, and I don't want to sound like a broken record, and I'm sure Ben's probably thinking the same, but I really think this is where a good pair of running trainers and your gait analysis can come in so clutch, because like you can eradicate stuff like that. I mean, for me personally, I really struggled, and it wasn't every run. So it's a bit like yourself, you've said you've got out before on a run and you'll feel fine and you think, oh, brilliant. But then a couple of runs down the line, you might be thinking, oh, Christ, that pain's back. So I was similar in the regard of my Achilles would play up and I would really be struggling on some runs. I'd go out the next time and I'd be like, oh, okay, that's okay. But when I went to get my gait analysis done at Lincolnshire Runner, he said, do you have any sort of reoccurring injuries? And I told him about that. So he was able to, not only did they obviously watch how your feet land on the gait analysis, he was able to tailor certain pairs of trainers and be like, right, well, here's the Brooks, which are more in aid of support, because it obviously transpired that when my feet were landing, even though they were landing straight and not at an angle, I was maybe overcompensating, which was causing the Achilles to be the way that they were. Yeah. So maybe with the right trainer and having that person there at a running shop, they might be able to tailor a better shoe for you. So going forward, you might be the same. You might be overcompensating. You might be landing weird, and the right trainer, I think, can fix that. Do you agree with that, Ben?
Well, I was just going to say, like, how long's it been since you got your first pair and yours done?
Me?
Yeah.
Beck got me for my birthday, so early birthday present, so middle of June.
And how do you feel like you've elevated that kind of step forward in your running progress now that you've got trainers, or what? I just think it's a no-brainer. I think
so, because, and Jake, you might sort of be listening to this and thinking, God, that's exactly like me. If you're going out and you can't tell from one run to another when you're going to get pain, if I go out on a run and it's just the whole time it's just pain and you've sort of battled through it, the last thing you're thinking when you get home is, right, oh, that felt good. When's the next one I'm going to go on? Yeah. So I think it plays a part, the almost domino effect. If you're going out on runs and they're more uncomfortable, you have more uncomfortable ones than you do comfortable ones. I know it might sound obvious, but you're more likely to be like, well, sod this, because every time I do go out, I'm in pain. So since I got mine, okay, I don't know whether this is normal, but it took maybe 2 or 3 runs for the trainer to feel right to me. But now I have never, touch wood, I have never had an issue since getting my running trainers. Like, no issue with the Achilles whatsoever. And I think Wendell Boy makes a really good point there. Good running trainers are a must-have. Thanks for the comment, Wendell Boy. I actually think, just on a side note, Wendell Boy is a Watford fan. I think he's followed me over here from Voices of the Vic. So if that is the case, thank you very much for watching. But yeah, carry on, Ben.
Yeah, just reiterating that point. Yeah, as Wendell Boy said, just literally no brainer, Jake. You just need. I don't know what. I mean, I know we talked about. You're obviously trying to get quicker, but even just a good supported shoe, you've got enough just to give you that kind of take a bit off your legs. Just that constant the pounding of the pavement. It really does take it. That's why I've had to just buy some new ones, because you can just tell that gets to that point. You've worn in that much that it just, it goes. It's almost like back to wearing my old trainers, where I had to, I had such severe shin splints and other various pains. You just need a good supported shoe. You just bite the bullet and do it. Like I say, no brainer. You know it. I don't, as Mike said,
Yeah. I think I know everyone said it. Like everyone I've run is like, you need to get a good pair of trainers. And I know myself, but I was just like, I feel like it's not the trainers. I feel like I'm fully putting it down to my weight. That's what I'm putting it down to, which it could be a factor. And I don't want to just go out and get like a good pair of trainers. Like I do need some. These trainers are slowly starting to hurt my feet. So obviously my feet are now, like they've been used that much, because I used to wear them day to day, and then I was like, I'm stopped wearing them because I'm having pain in my feet because of walking in them and just as I'm a day to day and running in them. So my feet are not adapting to another shoe. I do need a new pair, but I do think it's like a number of things, the weight, and then obviously with ongoing injuries. But
a good shoe is going to take them injuries away.
Yeah,
100%.
Giving you less to think about.
Just to sort of piggyback off what you've just said there, Jake, in terms of your weight. I mean, obviously, bloody hell, you're preaching to the converted on that one with me, because I know that I am heavier than you, and my personal trainer that I had years and years ago always said to me that you might not realise it whilst you're at a weight that you are, but it is so dangerous because of the amount of weight that your ankles have to bear. But as Ben just said, I think having a proper good running shoe is going to alleviate a lot of that. And I think you'll find that if you do have a proper running shoe that is tailored for the fact that you have these consistent injuries, I think, obviously, I'm willing to bet, actually, Jake, that you've been on a run before, because I know you check your time and that. I bet you've looked at your time and thought, I could go for a PB here, but your injuries have sort of said, not today, mate, you ain't. Yeah. And having trainers that help with those, alleviating the stress of that injury, you're going to have that little bit extra just to push you over the line. So, I mean, you're not stupid. You obviously know that, and it is on the list of things that you probably do want to sort of do and look at. But yeah, I think it's so important to have the right running shoe, because my old running shoes, I bought them off Vinted. This is another thing as well. I don't think there's any shame in doing that. Is if you sort of have a look around, and I know you've got certain perks through your work, and you've told us before, but if you see sort of a running shoe that you like, there is absolutely no shame whatsoever in going on a Vinted or eBay or whatever and finding someone that's already used them, maybe not, hundreds and hundreds of miles in them, but definitely worth doing that as well, because, yeah, as I say, I'm starting to sound like a bit of a broken record now, but I just think it is so key to have the right equipment. And it's not just running trainers as well. It's what, like, tops you're running shorts, bloody hell, I know about them. My light blue ones, they definitely restricted me a bit. So, yes. Sticking with yourself, Jake, obviously you mentioned there that you didn't quite feel up for it when you woke up, but you sort of said to yourself that you're doing this running for charity. I just said before we started recording, I actually haven't been keeping up. So how many miles are you on now?
So I have completed 16.4. 1644. So I've got like 33.56, is it? Or something like that.
Well, for those that don't know, Jake is currently in the middle of a charity running month. So for the month of October, he has signed up to run 50 miles, and he's raising money that's going towards prostate cancer. What are you on? What's your donation target, and what are you on at the moment?
So the donation target's 150, and I'm on 60 quid. So I've still got to I'm going to donate as well, just to add money to it. And then I've heard a few others have said they're gonna. So I think we'll hit the target. It'll be nice, but anything's better than nothing. So it's all for a good cause.
If you're watching live, if you're rewatching, if you're listening, the link will be in the description of this video. You can head over to the page and donate to Jake's cause. That would be very, very good and very kind of you. Again, sticking with you, Jake, I am eager to get the record straight. Is it 3-1?
It is 3-1, yes.
Let's try and pull it back. So let's play your game. So the floor is yours, and I'm going to try and floor it back to 3-2.
All right, then.
Come on, then. Come on.
I can't remember. I should probably make a note who went first. I don't remember who went first.
I think I went first last time, did I?
Did you?
I am ready.
Losers first. Losers first.
I've got my fingers for fuel.
Right then. I think this one is a bit of a cheap one for both of you, but we'll start off with the first one is called Man versus Horse Run. Real or fake then?
Is that
real?
Oh, you. Sorry, Mike. Sorry.
No.
I know that's real, so yeah, real.
Ben?
Yeah, real.
It is real. What's the distance? Mike?
Now, this is unfair because you've spoken to Stevens about this, and I cannot remember. I think it's a half marathon.
Ben?
You got me second guessing now. I'm gonna go marathon though.
One is right, and it is Benny B.
Oh, right. What's the distance?
You up, mate?
What distance is it?
A marathon.
Oh, for God.
And that's in Wales. It's not far.
Him and Ben Stevens have spoken about it because there's Man v Train as well.
Yeah,
and Stevens is into all that stuff. So
yeah, I saw some of the videos of that Man v Horse, and it looks mental, up and down cliffs and that.
No one's beaten a horse in a race, though. That's crazy.
I think like 3 people have or something like that.
Mind you, over the course of what 40? Is it 40 miles?
2, isn't it?
42.
No. What? 42 kilometers.
42 kilometers. Yes, my bad. 32 miles, or I don't know.
No.
26.
Running podcast. I don't even know any miles. How many?
26.2.
That's the one.
I think. Or 1. 26.12.
Yeah. No, it is.
There you go then. Start off easy. So 1-0 Ben. So coming to you now, Ben. The next one is the Great Wall Run. Real or fake?
Real.
Duffy?
No.
Started well. It's 2-0 Ben.
I just thought if it's a Great Wall, as in the Great Wall of China, it's going to be rammed. So are you really going to be able to organise a race there?
So it is in China. It's over 5,000 and it's a marathon. So
I spoke to your mum about this, Jake. I think she said she wanted to do it.
There we go then.
The length of it.
No, it's well.
It's not the length.
You know, you've been going for days. What are you on about?
Yeah, it's just a marathon, so it'll probably be measured one
it's
side.
Just a section of the.
Yeah, but how long is the Great Wall of China then?
There's a question.
There's a question. If anyone knows, please comment.
Put it in the comments,
yeah, someone find out, please. I want to know.
2-0. So is it the best of 5?
Yeah, we're going to get the next one. You've done it again, man.
Coming up, baby.
We need a forfeit here for him because this is just embarrassing.
It's hard to put a forfeit on it now. He's 3-1 down as it is.
And Bob Marley shorts are coming out.
I've not lost yet. That's all I'm saying.
Right then. So coming back to you, Mike. Coming back to you. This one's called the Volcano Sprint.
Ooh.
Real or fake?
Fake.
Ben.
Fake.
That is fake. Yeah. What distance?
did you put?
What have I put? Mike, sorry. Yeah.
Come on, man. Play the game.
Volcano sprint, 10K.
Ben?
5.
Oh, he's back in the game. I put 10K.
He's sprinting 10K.
I don't know. You'd sprint, Ben, you'd sprint 10K.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, surely he's not done half marathon sprint. I should just explain for those that are watching and have never come across Jake's game, when he tells us the name of said race, if it isn't real, and we've both said it to add to the absolute craziness that it already is, we have to guess the distance that Jake has put down. So absolutely bonkers, but it works, and I'm getting battered in it. So yeah, carry on. Back in the game.
All right, coming to you now, Ben. This one's called the Moon Run. Real or fake?
So, yeah, the thing is, you're going to look absolutely stupid if you say real. And yeah, do you know what I mean? But then you go fake, and it's like, I'll go fake because there's no way, man.
Mike?
Well, it's obviously not going to be on the moon, Ben. It's just named. Do you know what? Nah, I'm going true.
It's 2-2. This one is real. It is a virtual marathon.
Oh,
you idiot.
Very nice. Right then, final one. All square. Coming to you.
Final one?
What's this?
It's 2-2.
I thought I could hear trumpet noises, but it's just
here we go.
going like the clappers, ain't it? Carry on.
Is it you now, Ben?
No,
Mike. So this one is the Barefoot Ultra. Real or fake?
Real.
Ben?
Fake.
He's done it.
No, he hasn't.
He's done it. 3-2, Ben.
To Ben?
Yeah, Ben won. It was fake.
Oh my god.
4-1. And now I'm going to show fine loads more runs now because that's out my whole list gone.
I was going to say, Mike, did you want to keep it going or you just is that it now?
I'm willing to bet a lot of money that the Barefoot Ultra does exist. I had a barefoot runner follow me on TikTok earlier. So I'm willing to bet that the Barefoot Ultra does exist somewhere. So,
well, all right, Jake, thank you so much. I do appreciate that.
People have ran barefooted, but it's not a race.
I beg to differ.
Right. I'm sorry, but these Bob Marley shorts have got to come out. For this.
You need to get a shirt as well.
You've lost to me and Jake. Back to back. You had 2 chances and you've lost 2 different games. There's got to be some sort of punishment.
Well, I thought you were going to say there's got to be some sort of reason. And the reason is, with me hosting, I don't want to take all the glory.
Is that what it is?
You boys take some of the glory. So,
well, I suppose if that's finished, I suppose I could try and sift through some more. I'll find some more.
Well, Jake, I think Mike should come up with a game.
I was just about to say, Mike's turn.
Okay, no, fair enough. I'll come up with one. And next week, maybe not next week, because we've got quite a busy show next week with all different people. The show after, 3 times. Yeah, leave it with me.
That's always the host. Ladies and gentlemen.
Just flabbergasted that I lost that. I was certain the Barefoot Ultra existed.
There was a few more that I never threw in, but I don't think anyone would have got them. Well, you would have. One is what there was like the Spartan Death Race.
Ooh.
Sounds very illustrated. It's an ultra endurance race with no set course, lasting up to 70 hours.
Nice. See, you're the type of sicko that'd enjoy that bit.
And I got a race here for you.
He's like, Jake, pass me details off air.
I got a race here for you as well, pal. The Bubble Run. A 5K fun run with bubble foams at every station. There you go, mate. You're a bubbly guy.
See if that
Bubbly.
sprinters running in it.
Who was it that called you bubbly once, Mike? It's just, I can't remember who it was now.
No, wasn't it Yates?
Yeah, maybe. Called you
Yeah.
bubbly.
Yeah. I know what that means.
I don't know what, yeah.
Thanks for reminding me about that. Well, there you go. That's the game over.
Ben easy, light worker.
3-1 in the end. Oh, no, 4-1 in the end. So, yeah, maybe a forfeit. We have discussed several times on previous podcasts about doing a parkrun wheel of forfeits. And I think as the furthest we got, I did have it on my phone here, was... here we go. I would have to run in Bob Marley shorts. I've got some horrendous swimming shorts I picked up from Jamaica with Bob Marley plastered all over them. Jake would run in Crocs. And then we've got just general ideas of Christmas fancy dress, a crap shirt, and the rival football kit. So if anyone can think of any specific ones to each of us, please do let us know, whether you're watching live or put it in the comments. Ben?
Or if anyone's got a running pushchair they want to lend us, because that was another one, wasn't it? Getting me to do that.
Running pushchair.
If anyone knows, if anyone can borrow one or lend one or whatever, let us know.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for putting that game together, Jake. 2 very good games, even though I lost both of them. And the pressure really is on me now to come up with a good game for 3 weeks' time. So, yes, there we go. Moving on, I do have a medal here for the camera. So, again, if you're listening on podcast, you are missing out. I have this medal. You may have seen me wearing it earlier in the show. Lincoln Half Marathon medal. I took part in the Lincoln Half Marathon on Sunday, and it was my second ever half marathon, and it was tough. Do you know what? I can't remember if I said it to you boys. So much tougher than the Solihull half. So much tougher.
Why? Because looking at your time, you shaved 17 minutes off?
Yeah, I don't know how.
It's not something to turn your nose at, is it? Do you know what I mean? Most people kill for that.
Yeah, but look, I don't want to sort of take away from what I've done. I very rarely give credit to myself, to be honest. So it's difficult enough having to do this, but I think the Solihull one was that tough in terms of the course. I was bound to shave quite a bit off for my next run. But let me tell you now, Lincoln is no walk in the park. That course was very tough. But I think it was tougher for me than Solihull, purely because I didn't have you lads there. And I know that sounds cheesy and corny and all that, but like you and Chris come and met me at what, mile 10?
Yeah.
Mile 11?
Yeah.
Well, you come and met me, and then you jogged the rest of it in with me, and then you left me to do the sort of final stretch. And then as I was coming around the corner, literally to the finish line, I had Jake there who pretty much walked literally around the corner with me. So I had that support, and, if I was thinking things that I shouldn't have, I should have, I would push through it because I had you boys there. But the Lincoln Half Marathon, so just to explain, and this is going to be difficult explaining it to you two because obviously you're not from the area, but if anyone from Lincoln does listen, you basically, because it's a half marathon, you start outside of the city centre, then the run route takes you into the city centre, you do a few streets around there, and then you come back out and head to where you started. So I'll take you to the very beginning. The race started at 9:30. And you know me, I always like to be at the race in, more than enough time and everything else. I like to have that little bit of time to myself where I can just relax, do a few static stretches, not a warm up because I don't warm up. And I just like to be, in the zone alone with my thoughts. So Beck said to me, because obviously where we live now, it's a 10-minute drive to where the start of the race was. And she said, "Oh, what time do you want to leave? Because it starts at 9:30." I says, "Well, I want to get there for 9." So we left here about 8:30, I think, just to be on like the double safe side. We got to the roundabout where you turn right to go to the start line, and it was tailback traffic. Like there were hundreds and hundreds of cars. There were people getting out of the cars and running up to, and it wasn't just up the road, it was a fair long roads that we were stuck on. And there were people getting out of cars and running up to the start, like where the start was. And I said to Beck, I says, "I'm stuck here because I don't know what to do." I thought, and I even said to her, I didn't tell you boys this, but I even said to her, if it gets to 10 o'clock and we're still not at where the start village is, I'm going to have to turn around. Like we'll have to turn around and I'll have to call it like, and I just won't tell anyone. So it was really, really tough. And Beck says, "Well, there'll be people that are driving as well that haven't, been able to make it and, haven't made it on time." So I think by the time I got out the car, I said to Beck, she wanted to watch me start, obviously. I said, "Look, just pull over here. I'll get out. I'll walk and then come and get me later on." And as I was walking to the start line, they started the race. So they must have heard that people were stuck in traffic. And I obviously always start at the back. And literally, I was probably one of the last starters. And I only just missed the very back of the pack from starting. So I was like touching distance from the 3 hour 30 pacer, which, just on a side note, to have those sort of pacers, well done, Jane Tomlinson run for all, because usually pacers cut off at 2.5 hours. So to have a 3 and 3.5 hours, big thumbs up from me. So I was with them. So obviously I got there and I started straight away. Didn't have any time to do any, walk, like stretches, anything like that. And then I needed to stop quite early on because my calves were burning so bad because I just got there and got straight into it. And then that's when the mental game started. I thought, I'm having to run walk an awful lot so early on. So that was doing my head in. And then a bit like Napton, there was a stretch where it was just country roads, no one about for what seemed like miles. And even though I was around other runners, and you had the people that were a lot faster than you, but were also stuck in the traffic and they were overtaking you. And I was like, oh man, like this is mentally, it's killing me. And by the time I got into the city centre, most people had already started coming back past me the other way. So I got drips and drabs of the support for the people that had already pretty much done the city centre. So by the time I'd gone round where I needed to and then come back, one of the busiest roads when I went past it going into town, coming back, there wasn't anyone there. So that's another thing you have to put up with, being slow. And look, I get that. I've done enough events to experience that as it is. Yarborough Hill, which is not a massive incline itself, but it's a gradual and it goes on for ages. That was by far and away the worst. I no shame in admitting this. I walked half of that or more than half of that, and then very, very, very slowly jogged up the last little bit. But that would have killed my time a fair bit as well. And then it was back mile 10. It was back those country roads. I could see someone ahead of me in the distance, and I was probably the same distance from the person that I was in front of. So nobody about, just me, country roads, and my body was screaming with pain. I tried to do a little jog, like a little waddle or whatever you want to call it. Nothing. My body was giving me nothing. In my head, I was saying, I can't do it. I don't know what I'm going to do. I was texting Beck because I was like, you should probably leave soon because I'm at this mile marker. I typed out a text to say, can you come and get me? And I thought, if she comes and gets me, I'll just never speak of this again. And then I obviously deleted it, and she was texting me and saying, look, you can do it. You're almost there. And yeah, that was by far and away mentally the toughest battle, because those mile 10 to mile 12 was horrid. No one about. You saw what I was like at Solihull. So the fact that I didn't have anyone there by my side, not that it should take this, but telling me that I was going to get through it, I was defeated. So when I got to mile 12, it was still a bit of a struggle. And then they had a mile 13 marker because it's obviously 13.1. And I said to the marshal, I says, is it literally just round the corner, or do they make you loop round again? And she says, no, it is literally there. And I crossed that finish line, and I don't know if she did it on purpose, but Beck was, so I finished and Beck was literally stood in front of me, like she just caught me finish. And she asked that dreaded question that always sets me off. She said, are you okay? And how did you find it? And in the 5 minutes it took us to get from the finish line to the pub for a drink, and receiving all the messages that I got, because I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, I could have cried and sobbed like a baby about 12 times. I was really fighting to keep it in, and I somehow managed to, but it was not easy because it was like mentally, I checked out for mile 10 and it was so tough. And I've just seen someone's asked how the fueling went. Was meant to take bloody Protein Rebel gels, left them in my car, so I didn't. I had an apple first thing in the morning and a bottle of water. So tough. Really, really, really horrible.
Well, I think it's good that you're saying it here now. I mean, a lot of people won't understand, or not everybody's listened from episode 1 and will hear the struggles that you do go through at most runs, especially obviously this being your second half marathon. And yeah, I think I've only ran with you once, and I think when we come and met you was the first time that I realised, oh wow, like there's a whole different, you got that iceberg, there's so much more to what you go through than just, this is tough, legs hurting and whatever. I can relate with the being late, because Silverstone last year was an absolute nightmare, similar situation. I was worried. I literally just made the pen before they started due to traffic and weather. And yeah, that was my first half marathon, and it just completely mentally messed me up. So I can completely understand that. So yeah, as I say, I think we all appreciate you, being honest, because most people would probably cut bits out of that, and probably wouldn't be totally honest, because it is embarrassing at times when you're in these situations, and you've done enough of these now that I wouldn't say you're used to it, because I know each one you still will get that mentality, and it doesn't always get easier. But obviously, I do think it's good that you obviously are honest and sharing it. But I think everyone will agree. Well done. That's all we can say. Well done. You absolutely smashed it.
When you're booking your next one, Mike?
Well, I was just going to say, I think, and again, it's not a negative response of how I was feeling, but I think Sunday made me realise that, because I didn't have the ideal training as well. And Ben's just said there, turning up late for an event, I hate it. Same happened with Cov, Ben. we went to turn down the road, me and Beck did, and it was closed because they'd already started like the half marathon.
Yeah.
So I was, I literally just made it to that. And even though I'm not a massive warmer upper or stretcher or whatever, I still like to be there, just soak up the atmosphere a bit, a few breathing exercises, etc., etc. So the fact that I literally had to start when I did, like literally get there and I'm starting, far from ideal. But I think when I was running around it, I was telling myself, loads of things, but I think I was ill in the week up, leading up to it. So I didn't get a run in at all for Taper Week. We obviously moved house on the Saturday. We did a lot of the actual heavy lifting and moving stuff on the Saturday. So probably not ideal in terms of being able to just relax the day before. But I was telling myself that I think next time I'm not going to be so rash to book a half marathon. Like I really need to have a proper think, a proper training plan, and look at it that way. Because I know obviously you've mentioned that I come in 17 minutes quicker than Solihull, but let me tell you, when I was coming around that corner, I obviously don't check my watch. I was adamant that I was going to come in around 3:45, close to 4 hours, because that's what it felt like. It felt like it was tight. And the fact that no one else was around makes me think automatically I must be going even slower than I usually am. So, yeah, in terms of my next one, I don't know. I need to have a proper think about whether, I try and shift a load of weight first before tackling another one. Or I just need to have a think about it because I cannot continue to do it. Getting into the car after, that was no joke, let me tell you. I was in so much pain. So I'm not sure. 10Ks, yeah, I'll stick to them. Look, Napton, in terms of the distance-wise, that'll feel like a breeze, that will. But, yeah, it was so tough. And, yeah, anyone that's completed any form of half marathon has my utmost respect because that distance is a killer. Because I think as well, we did Lincoln 10K together, Ben. A lot of the course is similar. There's a few different bits where they you run where you don't for the Lincoln 10K, but I don't think it helped that the familiar parts. I'm thinking, oh yeah, I'm here, so I've only got to go here, and then I'm like, no, this is the half marathon. Yeah. Funnily enough, I was having a look at my split times and I was adding up my 5 and 10K. I obviously got a PB in the half, 15K and 20K. That was actually the third quickest 10K I've ever done as well. So that I don't know whether that played a part, thinking, oh, I'm here. This is where I'd be if it was the 10K. I don't know, but that played a massive part as well. But the support usually for Lincoln, it's one of the best. It's definitely up there in terms of races I've done, but I didn't really get the brunt of that because of how slow I was. So I could have done with it a little bit on that hill because Jesus, if you ever get round to doing the Lincoln half, you'll see what I mean. But yeah, absolutely mental. So just happy to get it done, and focus now is purely on Napton. Although I haven't ran once this week yet. So.
Yeah. But
I think I'd struggle with. Sorry, go on, man.
No, I was just going to say, what's coming with Napton, though, don't you? So,
I think I'd fully struggle with a half. After doing that 15K, and it took me like 45 minutes to do 5K. I obviously going through time, I'm assuming the next time I do one, it'll be quicker. But I'm now thinking I've got another 6K to do before I hit a half, and I was in the bin when I got home. I couldn't even breathe. So massive kudos.
I think the thing that got me through Solihull was adrenaline, and to be fair, the support was good as well. Even those bits where, okay, maybe Eastcote to Barcote or wherever it is, they're the testing times on half marathons when you're in those country roads and no one's about. But I think it was just the buzz of, I'm doing a half marathon. I know I've got these people waiting at the finish line. That sort of gets you through it. And I think you would find a way. I think you'd surprise yourself, Jake. You might be bloody hurting the next day, but I think you'd find a way. If people like me can complete half marathons, I genuinely think anyone can. So, yeah. Long the day that you book one. I cannot wait for you to get there. I really cannot.
I can feel what it means to be completely in the pits and
I booked the next day off, and I used to get to that stage with 10Ks, but crazy.
You wait till you get to a marathon.
Well, yeah, you've got that to come, ain't you? In November, ain't it?
Yeah. Not
well,
long.
Quickly, in fact, whilst we're talking to you, we were sat on this podcast last week and we were talking about my half marathon and your half marathon. But what happened on Saturday, Ben?
Oh, got the dreaded text, didn't I? It was I got 4 or 5 messages because I think they were trying to. Obviously, they told us it was cancelled due to Wire Forest. England Forestry or Forestry of England decided to close Wire Forest on the weekend, obviously due to the weather. So I was thinking, okay, so obviously it's got to be, hopefully rescheduled to a certain point soon. So I think a few dates are being thrown about, and I think it was the 9th of November they initially put down, which is the week before. No, was it? I think they booked it in for the week after I'm doing Broadway marathon. So I thought, bloody hell, back-to-back marathon, then a half marathon. I thought, Jesus Christ. So I would have done it anyway, but, it's not ideal. And then a few hours passed, and I got another message come through, and they decided to change it to spring next year. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but that come through. Well, when did that come through? Monday. That come through. So it's going to be the 15th of March. So to be honest, I'm gutted because I was really looking forward to it, and it's one of them, innit? But I just felt like I needed it. It's not, I'm using that as a bit of a training towards the marathon coming up and stuff. So it's a bit like.
I think that falls at a really good time of year, though. Because it's not going to be too hot. The weather's going to be okay. It's not going to be bloody Baltic, and it's not going to be absolutely hammering it down.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. It's I agree, but it's just I wanted to do it. I really wanted to do it. It's been a while since I've done an event now, and just wanted to get one in. As I leading up to it's a busy month anyway, but just wanted to get it in. So a bit gutted. Obviously, seeing you do your half, I was a bit jealous, but what can you do?
You got any more booked this year, Ben? Is it just Napton?
Yeah, I got marathon, didn't I?
Oh, you got that Broadway?
Yeah, Broadway marathon. I can't remember the date off the top of my head.
November.
Yeah. Is it the 15th or the 19th? I think it is. So yeah, just them two the minute, which is a bit annoying, but don't know. Maybe push something towards December. See if there's anything about. Yeah, that's about it, I think. So,
well, it's also a shame as well because you text the group the other day. It might even have been yesterday. I don't know, saying that you've got that fire back in your belly.
Yeah,
and I think you went out on the 13K, so you've done about 21K so far this week, which puts you in good stead for the leaderboard at the moment for the Strava Run Club. You've been trying to sort of try different things, haven't you? What's the crack there?
I don't know, have I? Trying different.
You with your fueling and your weight training.
Oh yeah, no. Obviously, I've implemented weight training into the week now, which is something I've always put off because I was just like, never had luck with the gym or anything. So I managed to grab my stuff, all my gym equipment from my mother's house, and just giving it a crack. And to be honest, I've like immediately right off the back, I can feel the difference. Feel a lot stronger when I'm running. The recovery is a lot easier, a lot quicker. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one, but I'm actually enjoying it as well, which I didn't think I would. So yeah, I'd recommend it. Anyone who doesn't do it, or you boys, maybe implement it a bit into your schedules if you can. I know we're all very busy, but
like the bike I have, hopefully that helps.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But I just think, just trying different things. I just want to become a better runner. I want to become more well-rounded, and try and push this little bit of potential I might have. So yeah, man. But
Nice.
I'm enjoying my running again, basically.
It's good to have that back, isn't it?
100%.
Going out and expect.
I'm going through a little bit of a lull at the moment. Like, I know obviously I was ill last week and busy, but if I really, really tried, taking away from the fact I was ill, I probably could have gone out at some point. And I just worry, like, we've got Napton next weekend. It's Thursday night now, and I've not done a run. So the likelihood is, we're going away for the weekends this weekend. Probably not going to get one in tomorrow. So that will mean Saturday, park run, and then Sunday. And it's like I've managed to squeeze 2 runs in right at the end of the week. And then it's bloody event week. So I hope that fire isn't sort of... Because I still, have the buzz of running, event days coming thick and fast now. And, I've booked another event, which we'll talk about in a second. And the buzz for event days there, it's just... I mean, I suppose it's like people that want the best life by not doing anything. It's in an ideal world, isn't it? You have to put in those hard hours doing all this running if you want to succeed on race day. So I think I just need to, especially now that I've moved house and I've got a new sort of playground, if you like, in terms of where I can run and all this. But I'm sure once I get out on a run, I even mapped out running to Lincoln Cathedral and back, and that's, I think, 6k, so that's not bad. And implement other roads, you could soon be up in the distances pretty well. So I think it's so important to have that, because believe you me, losing that spark of wanting to get out on a run is so easy to do, easier than getting the spark in the first place. So yeah, I'm glad that you've got that. You've got that spark back. That's really, really good to hear. And just in time as well, really, because little bit of a plug. The guys over at Centurion Running Club, they were on, Simon was on Marmcast, and we have a regular listener, Gavin, who is part of the Centurion Running Club as well. They went on to plug the Grand Prix series. Now, you actually mentioned it a few episodes ago, I think, Ben, and you've certainly mentioned it to me before. So it's basically a series of 5-mile races, I think, starting from, is it from November every month then?
Yeah.
From April, because it'll be Easter. I've actually booked onto one for the 1st of Feb, which coincides with the National Running Show, which we'll be at, by the way, myself and Ben. Jake will be sunning it up on his honeymoon. So
we get back, but we're away. Me and Tanner are away that weekend.
Yeah.
I do think Blue might be there, so I don't know if it's worth tapping, because he mentioned it to me, and I was like, I'm not here. But that's if he's still going.
Yeah. Oh well, jealous. I've decided to do that one, the 1st of Feb, and you never know who might turn up. I think they were trying to plug it basically because it's so close to the NEC. And with it being National Running Show, get a 5-mile race in. But yeah, you've had your eye on it for a while now, haven't you, Ben?
Yeah, well, obviously I used to live up by there, by Babs Mill, and often on a Sunday, well, on the Sundays that they do it, I'd be going past and see them setting up for it, or I'd be out on my Sunday long run. You see them putting all the markers out and stuff. I was just like wow, jealous, like wanting to be involved. So I had been looking at it last year, the last one. Just never, it's just that confidence thing, throwing yourself into something like that. I was a bit like, I don't know. But yeah, obviously you mentioned it, interested as well. So, why not? Let's. I've agreed to book on as well.
If anyone is listening and they are over in the West Midlands area at that time of year, or as I say, every month from November, apart from April. So if you find yourself over in the West Midlands, it's going to be the first Sunday of the month, I believe. So there is no cut-off in terms of how long it takes you to finish it. Believe me, I made sure that was the first thing before I booked it, because the last thing I need is turning up to a running club. And I mean, look, the likelihood is I'll probably finish last anyway, but it'll be an experience to be in and around other, really strong runners. Yeah, that's where I'd want to be, to be honest. So, yeah, book yourself on. Like I say, I'll be there, hopefully with Ben, on the 1st of February. I think we are also going to look at the 7th of December. It looks like we've got a list of that. Lofty. Evening, lads. Be good to see you at the Centurion GP. Likewise. So, yeah, if you fancy it, a 5-mile run, so not quite a 10K. If you don't quite fancy the 10K distance, and as I say, every month from November, barring April, the first Sunday of the month. We'll leave a link actually in the description of this video and this podcast, so you can go on, see the dates, and see how you can sign up as well. Ben, what's been going on in the world of running? It'll be interesting to see if you picked up on a story I did.
Do you know what? It usually does happen, doesn't it? We usually come across each other. But let me wish to give me a warning before I do this, because I have to.
I'll give you the breakdown before we hit record, mate. So
yeah, true. Right, okay. So I feel like we do get similar stories like this a lot of the time. Obviously, people doing amazing things. This one's a bit bittersweet. 32-year-old man living with a rare form of terminal brain cancer said that he was determined to become the first person to run the entire length of India within 80 days. Jack Faint, originally from Northwich in Cheshire, was diagnosed with a slow-growing brain tumour while living in Australia in 2019. Doctors who said Jack will only likely have 10 to 15 years to live advised him to quit smoking, give up alcohol, and to adopt a plant-based organic diet while keeping active. He started his 2,408-mile run deep in the Himalayan mountains of northern India on the 1st of September, and he hopes to arrive in Kanyakumari on India's southernmost tip on the 14th of November. Jack said, after my diagnosis, I went through a big health and fitness transformation, and running became one of my core purposes. But so by the end of October 21, he completed his first major race, the London Marathon, but the endurance bug had truly bitten him. So he's done some amazing challenges. He's done like 650k in Jordan, 250k desert race in Jordan, and 650k run across the South African coast. So the trip is expected to cost around £70,000, funded by sponsors. He's also been joined by a band of volunteers for the run. Some have left their jobs or taken sabbaticals in order to join him on the mission. On his team is Jordan Fairclough, a former physical performance coach of Liverpool Football Club, that is. Jack's support team, which consists of 5 volunteers, has been providing everything from logistical support to videography, supplying food and drink and massages. So he's claiming he's found the winning formula to get the most out of his days. He's starting at 5 o'clock in the morning, running 8 to 9k before and having some food and water. By 8 o'clock each day, he hopes to have completed 20k before taking on more food and water. After a massage, he's back on the road before taking another break about midday. And once he has had a 2-hour nap, the trainers are back on and Jack keeps running till about 5 o'clock. So, yeah, it's a bit bittersweet. Obviously, fair play to the lad, do you know what I mean? It's a quite an inspirational story, and, showing, obviously, you don't need to give up, basically.
Absolutely. I love stories like that where they run lengths of countries, like even when it's not for charitable causes. You obviously got Russ Cook, who did the length of Africa, and the documenting that. I think I saw a TikTok of 2 brothers who are Australian who are planning to become the first brothers to run the length of the United Kingdom. And I believe it's in memory of their mother, if I've got that right. But I love stories like that. So fair play to him, incredible achievement. And, he's got that, unfortunately, very, very sad news that he's only been given a life expectancy of, did you say 15 to 20 years left?
10 to 15.
10 to 15, there you go. And instead of sort of, worrying about that, he's just thought, you know what, whilst I'm still here, I'm going to go and do something amazing like that. So fair play to him.
Very good, very good. Don't worry, I'm not going to surprise you with any crazy images this time, like last week. But I did make this on AI, which I thought was pretty good.
God.
No, it's not that. But Mum and Dad have been fighting. Strava has sued Garmin. I don't know if you've heard about this.
Nope.
No, nothing at all.
Nothing.
So the two giants of the fitness industry have come head to head over some popular features. Since the dawn of Greek mythology, Titans have clashed, and the latest Strava versus Garmin clash is arguably one that nobody saw coming. Specifically, Strava has sued Garmin for infringing, it believes, patents around segments and heat maps. And the app is demanding that Garmin stop selling all devices that offer these features. For context, that is most of Garmin's fitness and outdoor watches, as well as its bike computers. So they are, according to the lawsuit, the relationship between Strava and Garmin has been sour for a while. And Strava first gave Garmin written notice of infringement in June and July this year. Strava eventually filed its lawsuit in the U.S. District Court for the District of Colorado on Tuesday, the 30th of September. As mentioned, Strava claims that Garmin has violated 2 patents around segments and heat maps. As a result, Strava has suffered damages, including loss to revenue, business opportunities, erosion of competitive differentiation, a mouthful, and network effects, harm to goodwill, and unjust gains to Garmin. So basically, says the first part of the lawsuit is to do with the segments. So their popular feature of segments, they launched basically to help people find safer routes. I don't know if you're aware of this feature. I know, obviously, I think are we both subscribers to Strava, Mike?
Yeah, I am a subscriber to Strava, yes.
Yeah, so basically, it's a bit of a tricky one. Garmin had a similar thing before Strava patented it. So it's a lot. It seems like it's going to be a lot of back and forwards, basically, over these over this routes. The second part of the lawsuit is digital heat maps. So it boasts an advanced collection of heat maps that help users, particularly runners, find and plan routes that are popular, safer, and more interesting, and so on, at different times of the day and year. So that's what it is. And they filed for patents in 2014, 2016, and issued in 2016 and 2017, respectively. According to Strava, Garmin has copied the heat maps function, which is a bold claim, considering they have had that function since 2013. It's a lot of back and forth, to be honest. It's quite boring, I'll be honest. But
it just for bringing it to our attention.
I think the main thing is that obviously people are worried what happens from here. Obviously, they're telling them to stop selling products, which is obviously putting everything up in the air of, should I buy a Garmin? Am I going to be able to upload my runs to Strava through Garmin?
Bottom line is Apple Watch for the win.
Wow. I'm thinking of moving to Coros anyway. Don't know if you've heard of them.
Nope.
But yeah. So just tit for tat, I think. I think it's quite pathetic. I don't think one can live without the other. So yeah. To be honest, I just wanted to get my AI image in. That was the only reason I did this.
You could have left it at Strava are suing Garmin. Here's my AI image.
Do you know what? I wish I had, to be honest.
See, the listenership just well.
Yeah, I know. Bloody hell. I'm surprised if anyone's still listening, to be honest.
They are.
Boring as the GOAT. Kipchoge is hoping to complete marathon legacy with the New York City Marathon Run. This came out today. He's hoping to leave a lasting legacy in the sport where he crosses the finish line at next month's New York City Marathon. The 40-year-old, widely considered as the greatest marathon runner of all time, is the only man to have run the 26.2-mile distance in under 2 hours and has claimed 2 Olympic gold medals along with record 11 wins across the World Marathon Majors. Running the 5-borough New York Classic was the only marathon he had yet to check off his list among the 6 majors, having made a triumphant debut in Chicago 11 years ago. He said, "I've been training for major marathons for a very long time and I've never completed all of them. If I don't complete, I feel like I'm only halfway. I'm not a rounded person. My legacy will be complete because I will have a 6-star. He collected his last marathon major title in Berlin 2 years ago and most recently finished 9th in August at the Sydney Marathon, the newest race to be added to the prized Abbott World Marathon Majors series." Yeah, brilliant.
The medal for the, what did they call it? The 6-star.
Yeah.
The medal is phenomenal. I absolutely love it. I mean, I'll never get one, but I'd bloody buy one.
Why not, Mike? Why not?
I can't do majors. I mean, you hear about people. I assume London's one of the majors, isn't it?
Yeah, but yes, I think I can't remember. A couple of them have got you've got to be able to run a certain time, I think.
Exactly. That would mess me up as well. You've got London, Sydney. They have majors for half marathons as well.
I have no idea, to be honest. Didn't you say something like that? I can't.
I'm sure I heard Tim from Marmcast say that Cardiff half marathon is one of the majors now, but I didn't know. I don't know. If anyone can let us know in the comments if there are half marathon majors and what that entails and what you get when you've completed them all. But the medal for the 6 stars is incredible.
I'm just saying it looks sick.
Yeah. By far and away, the running medal there is. Followed very closely by the medal that they've just got for the Sydney Marathon. That is like an Olympic medal within itself. So, yeah, very, very good. And that, how do you pronounce his name?
Eliud Kipchoge.
Kipchoge. And he's an Olympic runner, right?
Well, yeah, he has been, yeah.
Yeah. Where's he from?
Kenya.
I was going to say Kenya, but didn't want to be stereotypical.
Go on, give us a Kenyan accent, Mike. Yeah, I've got it up. I don't know if you can share the screen to show it. I don't know how.
You can't.
But the only advice would be is to never do a runner from a Kenyan restaurant. What else have you got for us? Have you got any more?
I was just going to get the medal up for people who haven't seen it, but
yeah, these. I just put the 6-star medal and pop straight up. So it's Tokyo, Boston, London, Berlin, Chicago, and New York.
You see that?
Yeah, that's what I got.
I mean, it is just. Imagine having one of them.
Yeah, it's cold.
Like that would take pride of place over anything in this house.
Yeah, what are they? I don't know if they're doing. Are they doing a new one because it's 7, isn't it now? Obviously, adding Sydney on.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how it's going to work.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, surely they are going to add a new one. Wow,
yes, that'd be interesting. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I've just got one last shout out.
Please.
Which is something I did see. Let me throw this in.
Here we go. I've had an answer in regards to the half marathon. They call them the super halves. Lisbon, Prague, Berlin, Copenhagen, and Cardiff. There are some belters in there, by the way. I might have to have a stab at a couple of them if I can get in. So Berlin and Prague and Lisbon, sign me up for them bad boys. But yes,
nice.
You were saying.
Yes, so Northbrook AC are putting on a street harassment awareness run, running on Thursday the 20th of November at 6:30, starting from the War Memorial Park in Coventry, for a run around Coventry City Centre. So it says, join us for a run to raise awareness about street harassment, as we believe no one should feel unsafe while exercising in our communities. So on Thursday, 20th of November, Northbrook AC, Coventry and Connect My Club are teaming up to host a free run around Coventry City Centre. The run starts and finishes in the Memorial Park. They'll meet at 6:15 for a warm-up, and the run will begin promptly at 6:30. The route is approximately 7k. The pace will be relaxed and suitable for all abilities, with stops for photos along the way. We'll be taking in some of Coventry's most iconic landmarks, including the Cathedral, the Council House and Broadgate. Don't forget to wear bright and reflective clothing to ensure you're visible during the evening run. Safety is our top priority, so please bring a chest torch or headlamp if you have one. So anybody around the area or anyone who wants to travel, wants to get involved in something like this, Northbrook AC are putting it on. And I think it's brilliant. It's I know we've talked about it in the past, with obviously, talking about women being safe and running and being able to run without any worries. It's something that I think as people are getting more involved in running and the community is expanding, it's something that we really need to push on. And so.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for that roundup. And I think the details are on Instagram for that run, and we'll try and repost something. So if you're in the area, go along. It's a shame nothing like that around here. I'd be absolutely up for that. I've just got 2 bits of running news. I know obviously the running news is your baby, but I saw 2 bits of running news, parkrun related, which I thought can't go unnoticed really. So unfortunately, one is sad news, and then the other to finish on is obviously happier news. But the sad news to start, I saw, when was this? Yesterday. So what day are we on? Wednesday. So Tuesday, Luton Wardown Parkrun put out a very sad post that they announced that unfortunately that one of their regular park runners, they called him the Luton Parkrunner Extraordinaire, Mark Lazell, aka the Silent Runner, unfortunately passed away. So he ran at Berryfield Parkrun on Saturday, but was taken ill afterwards. And despite the best efforts of the parkrun team and emergency services, including air ambulance, he unfortunately later passed away. And so obviously, thoughts go out to Mark's friends and family. They go on to say that his cheery support and kindness reached far beyond Luton, and they'll actually be celebrating Mark at this Saturday's parkrun. So come down early, bring your stories, photos, anecdotes, drawings, and memories of Mark, and be prepared to join us to celebrate an amazing man and a true Lutonian parkrunner. So, rest in peace, Mark. And that is very, very sad news. So if you are in the area of Luton or around that area and you're not decided what parkrun to go to yet, make sure you head down and pay your respects to a very well-liked and well-received parkrunner. And then just some happier news to finish on in regards to parkrun. I don't know if you saw this, Ben. I imagine not, otherwise you probably would have picked up on it for your running news. There was a proposal at a parkrun recently. So the article here says, I recently proposed to my now fiancée Libby at Rendlesham Forest Parkrun. It was an incredible day and the volunteers were amazing. They actually met through their athletics club, Cambridge and Coleridge, and have since completed many parkruns and races together. and they both did Rendlesham Forest Parkrun last year on a 1-year anniversary, and recently came back where he proposed 100 metres from the finish. He said it was a magical morning. The volunteers been incredibly helpful in aiding the surprise, especially as a photographer was on hand to advise of the perfect positioning for the big moment. We'd like to say a huge thank you to Rendlesham Forest Parkrun volunteers and to Parkrun generally for these incredible opportunities for people to come together. So congratulations to Dan and Libby on getting engaged at Parkrun. That's absolutely fantastic. Don't do what I do though, Dan. So we mentioned earlier in the show that we are looking at going back to Stratford this week. And I swear to God, I didn't do this on purpose. I had to have a conversation with my wife, Beck, to stress that this wasn't done on purpose. But it's our 1-year wedding anniversary on Saturday. And I thought, let's take her away for the weekend. Didn't want to drive too far because we're only away Friday night and then spending Saturday and then coming back Saturday evening. So we both love Bournemouth, so I thought we could have gone there, but quite a long drive for just one night, basically. So then I was thinking, right, where do we go? I thought I won't take her to Birmingham again because I'm always taking her back home. So I thought, where can I go? And then I thought, Stratford Upon Avon is lovely. Well, I went online, went onto booking.com, thought, let's find a nice hotel. Found a nice hotel, booked it, reasonable price, booked dinner, booked breakfast in the morning, etc., etc. So I'll go on. I don't know if anyone else is like this, but when you're stopping somewhere, I always go onto Google Street View to have a look at the area, have a look at what parking situation might be, how far is the car park from the hotel, etc., etc. So I'm on there and I'm like, that looks very familiar. And then I realise the park next to that hotel, the car park next to it, is the car park for the Stratford Upon Avon Parkrun. So it is literally next door. And when I found this out, I told you boys, and you actually said to me, Ben, you cannot do Parkrun. And a few weeks ago, I said to Beck, because I only told her last night where we're going, I said, look, I won't tell you where we're going, but it has coincided with the Parkruns next door. I've not done this on purpose. And she says, I expected you to do Parkrun regardless of where we were going. So happy days. So yeah, I unintentionally booked a hotel which is next door to a Parkrun. So we do love a good Parkrun story here on Chasing the Finish. So if you've got any of your own in future episodes that you want to send us, the email is chasingthefinish@gmail.com. Get in touch and we'll read them out on the podcast as and when we record them. But gentlemen, I would like some songs from yourself and then we shall call it a night. So, Ben, you're giggling away to yourself.
Give me a second. I ain't even picked one.
Just while he's thinking of that, I've found the length.
Okay. Found the length.
Length of I didn't want to cut you off. The length of the Great Wall of China, the whole of it. That kind of stopped at the worst time. And
he's been waiting half an hour.
Yeah, it was.
My worry was.
Go on.
My worry was then he was looking down, and then the words "I found a length" come out his mouth. So carry on. What's the
so it's 21,196 kilometers. The Great Wall of China. So, and it'll take you 18 months to walk around it. There you
go. That is screaming out for an ultra if I've ever heard one. I'm surprised some Chinese bloke not put his little hat on and thought, let's do this. So right, because Ben is all over the place, he's at 6s and 7s. Do you want to give me your song for this week to go in to the Parkrun, not the Parkrun, the podcast playlist?
Yeah, so I was going to be that guy, and I know it's a couple of months to Christmas, and no, I'm not going to go Christmas yet. No. But I was like, right, I'll leave it till next week or the week after to give like some sort of like Halloween theme song. So I'm just gonna go basic,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna go. It's Tricky by Run MDC.
It's Tricky by Run MDC. That is going in the playlist as we speak. That's the 29th entry. Ben, what's the 30th entry, courtesy of your good self?
I'm struggling. Everybody Wants to Rule the World for your easy runs.
Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears.
If you never see that ruined, go on my Instagram and see me singing on karaoke.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what song is ruined for me, and it come on the other day. I think Beck was playing it on the phone. Love Story by Taylor Swift.
Yeah, it's overplayed now.
Well, not just that, but because I've heard a couple of our lads butcher the hell out of it on karaoke numerous times. I am going to go a little bit left field with my pick for this week's CTF playlist. I am going Into the Groove by Madonna.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're laughing, Ben, because the beat to it, the start, gets you so pumped, and you're like, I'm ready to tackle this run. So,
we are on about one.
Into the Groove. That one.
Have you finished your fingers?
I haven't finished my fingers, no.
It's just like,
How many you got left?
If anyone watching, or whether you're watching live now and you want to get it in very quickly, we're talking about songs, not the fingers. You want to get it in very quickly before we end the pod. If anyone's got any song suggestions or songs that they'd like to see, if you're new to the podcast and this is the first time you've watched, firstly, I'm very sorry. It is always this mad. And secondly, we do have over on Spotify a playlist, so that if you go for a run, there's 31 songs on there now, which we choose every week. So if you're re-watching, if you're re-listening, if you're watching now and you'd like a song added to that playlist, please do let us know. There's no limit to when we'll stop, to be honest. There could be 1,000 songs. Ben, you've got your hand up.
Can I make a request?
Oof. Yes.
Can someone beat that bloody dog on this leaderboard?
Right. Yeah. So
I'm against animal abuse, but you know,
I can't get my head around how the dog's able to use a phone.
Well, they don't have opposable thumbs, do they? So it's defying the laws of physics, to be honest. I was a little bit worried for his well-being or welfare the other day. I saw that Miles, the dog, did a treadmill run.
Oof,
now, I really hope someone's not putting a dog on a treadmill.
It does seem like this dog is being, I don't know, it's being forced to run. That's what it feels like.
Do you reckon it's got a Garmin on?
Maybe. Well, he won't be able to upload his runs.
Yeah, he's what did I know?
It was close at the end of last week. I think it was Sunday, and I was watching it. I think Gav was like quite close to taking first, and I think he'd gone out, and then this dog had gone out again. I thought, you got to be joking, man. I have my money on you as well, Gav, if you're listening. It's a fucking joke. Someone just beat this dog down, you know.
Oh.
Well, we are against.
It is demoralising.
Because Roman's fell off. I don't know what's happened to Roman. He's gone.
He's having a break, isn't he? It is demoralising, though.
No,
you do you bang out a full like.
Go on.
I was just reading the message. Sorry, I can't do two things. It is demoralising. I've done that 15k thinking, yeah, I'm going to be top 5, and all that was there was Miles, and he's four legs. He's just give up, innit?
Let me have a look. What are we saying?
Well, you mentioned about Roman. I put a post out. It genuinely was like that first season that Man United was shit, and it was like, wow, Roman's not top of the leaderboard. He has got a marathon this weekend, I believe. I've got him on Instagram. and I'm sure that he's been gearing up to this marathon, so he'll be back up there. But
so he's probably taking them.
Well, yeah, exactly. If you're watching this and you're not a part of our Strava Run Club, the original Strava Run Club, we thought of the idea quite a while ago. If you're part of it, or if you're not part of it, sorry, we've got 50 members now. So make sure you go over and join. Just literally on Strava, on groups, chasing the finish, boom, you're in. We put out the top 10 every week, and a lot of the same faces are on there, but let's try and freshen it up. Lofty's just said here, 5 Centurions in the top 10 at the moment. That's incredible. If you could get 10 Centurions, that really is something else. I was going to say,
if you could beat Miles, I'd be happy.
Well,
get rid of the dog, man.
If we could get 10 humans, that'd be great. But yeah, if you enjoyed watching tonight, please do leave this video a like. Drop a comment in as well. If you haven't been able to watch live for whatever reason and you're rewatching, drop a comment. Let us know your thoughts about anything we've discussed tonight. And make sure as well, we are 2 subscribers of 50. I just want to get to round numbers. 50 would be incredible. I was surprised we hit 5. So to be on 50 would be incredible.
So we're guaranteed to hit 5 because 2 was you, 2 was me, and I think Ben was so we're guaranteed.
There we go. So
it's a small win that matters.
If you do one thing when you watch this video, make sure it's hitting the subscribe button. But we'll be back next week. I don't know what date yet, but obviously it'll be with you guys in your ears, on your screens for Thursday. But I don't know when we're going to record. It's going to be a Napton week. So it's going to be a full-on week of Napton content. So we're going to get as many of the lads on as we can who are doing Napton with us. And then obviously Napton is on Sunday. And we need to sort of iron out the fine detail with it. But we are hoping to bring you a live podcast. I've got my tripod back. Ben's got microphones. I've got microphones. I've got them back now. So none of this passing and all this. So we're hoping to bring you some really good content from the finish line. And hopefully we'll catch up with Simon, who we had on the podcast a few weeks ago. But yeah, we're going to try and do some really good content for you guys as well. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Obviously, we'll be available on Thursday and then on Sunday as well, going live. So yeah, thank you very, very much for watching. Keep on trucking and keep on chasing that finish. Farrar a bit.
It's just a one-man show, isn't it?
Yeah, he just doesn't want us to say bye. Bye.
No, see you later.